So today we're gonna up plant some sage. Get it out of here. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Jamerica5288. I hope you're having a blessed day. And today we are going to make seasoned rice. Seasoned rice. Now seasoned rice is made differently by every person who makes it. And it's basically using some codfish. I forgot one thing. Using some codfish and a bunch of seasoning and a bunch of whatever vegetables you have in your house to make the dish. This is what I forgot. So the things that I use in my seasoned rice is, of course, rice. I use parboiled rice because I don't like rice that sticks together. I have some codfish that I've been soaking for about 12 hours. And it's been washed off twice, and I'm gonna wash it off about one more time after I dump this water. I have some turmeric, cock soup. We're gonna strain this cock soup and just use the seasoning, not the noodles. Some black pepper. I don't know. I'm gonna salt to taste. Some coconut milk, allspice, also known as pimento. And on the vegetable sides, I had some Swiss chard, so I'm gonna use it. And onion, thyme. I don't see my garlic. I'm gonna have to go back in the refrigerator. Thyme, garlic, ginger. I didn't have Scotch bonnet, but I'm using habanero, a green one. Bell pepper. I just had the red one on the vine, so I use red. I only had one piece of butternut squash. I don't have pumpkin unless I use the canned pumpkin, and that's not in full force. It's like pureed. And I have some carrots to make up for the pumpkin. So you can use pumpkin is what I'm saying, or you can go and get a butternut squash. But this is what the rabbits, I tried to save it from the rabbits. I have some okra that I picked, and a lot of this stuff is coming from my garden. Actually, everything except the carrots came from my garden. I have some okra, just a handful. Some green onion, or also known as a scallion. And I think I covered everything. So the first thing we're gonna do, and we need some oil because we're gonna saute our vegetables. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chop up our garlic, our onion, and our bell pepper, and we're gonna saute that with the with the Scotch bonnet, or this is not Scotch bonnet, with the habanero, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wash off our fish, and we're gonna break it apart. So let me take this. So I'm gonna break my fish apart. This is not cooked. The fish is not cooked. We're just putting it into chunks. So how's everybody's Meatless Mondays been going? Because fish is not considered a meat, which is why I'm doing this dish for Meatless Mondays. Salt fish has a very, very distinct taste. It's very good. It flavors the dishes. It gives it a distinct taste. That's all I'm gonna say. And I like it. It's kind of like a funky kind of fish taste, if that's a good word. Funky in a good way, not funky in a bad way. And there's no smell to this fish at this point. It's just cured fish, cured in salt, preserved in salt. I was so happy when I noticed that they started carrying this at our supermarket here in Texas, because for a while we didn't have anything like this available, with the exception of salmon, and that was smoked. It was more on the Jewish side than the island side. A lot of islanders like cured fish, or put cured fish in a lot of their dishes. So this is a good thing. more of what I'm used to. I'm just breaking this up rustically with my hand. I don't want big chunks, but I don't want small chunks either. So that's it. The fish is done. And that's about a cup of fish. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up, where's my garlic? Chop up my garlic. Put everything on this plate or in a bowl. I'll find a bowl. So I'm gonna chop up my garlic. Put that over here. And I don't know how many cloves of garlic this is. Smash it. Make it fall apart. I don't want all of it. I just want about 2 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna cut the bottoms off. Put them to the side. Make sure I get those chopped up finely. And that's done. Put that to the side. Put it in a nice little pile. We don't need to chop up the thyme, so that can stay over there. We got the bell pepper here. That piece is not any good, so I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm taking the seeds out. I'm not gonna use the seeds of the bell pepper. So I'm going around it. And any seeds I see, I'm gonna pick out. And we're gonna rustically chop that. We wanna see our bell pepper. We don't want it to disappear in the dish. We want that red color. Your body eats, or you as a person eat with your eyes first. And then, you know, if something looks good, half the battle. So the more colors that are in this dish, the better it is, or more appealing it is to your eye. This is a piece of ginger. Trying to get the skin off. Just want a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of ginger in here. I'm taking the skin off. Put that right there. Make sure I put everything in my junk tray. Chop that fine. Let me get a bigger knife. This is usually my favorite knife, but today I feel like having a big knife. Take that. And there we go. Just keep on mincing it. Okay, it's in a small pile, put that to the side. So we have our garlic here, our ginger, our bell pepper. Next is our onions. Just doing all the aromatics. And this onions, I grew these also. So the only thing on this tray that I didn't grow was the ginger and the garlic at this point. And that's why this thing should be strong, because it came fresh out of the garden. Well, not fresh, it's been a week or so. I cured it, so I'm gonna cut that into slithers. All right. Cut another onion here. These two should make up enough for one to equal one medium-sized onion. And I'm not chopping these very small. Just take the skin off of these. I had an interesting day today. One of my chickens got sick. And I soaked her in some Epsom salt. I think she was egg bound. She looked sick this morning. So I soaked her in the Epsom salt and I let her go away for a little while. And she still didn't pass an egg. She walked around for a little while and it's like she was walking like she was constipated. So I knew something was wrong. So I went and got another tub of the Epsom salt. And then I just held her in the Epsom salt and water up to her, up to her vent until about 20 minutes. And then I went back in there because she was in there all day in the nesting box. She didn't move. So I was like, man, that's not a good sign. So she finally passed an egg. So I ran her out of there and made her walk around. It's like, you done? This is my habanero. At this time, I do not have Scotch bonnet. Ooh, make sure you keep track of your habanero. Do not mix it with the bell pepper. And we're gonna chop that up finely. Very fine. What was that? Hey Mickey, hey Mickey. Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey. All right. Showing my age. Chop it again. Okay, we got most of our aromatics done. This one right here, I'm not gonna put in until I'm gonna just gonna tear it up and put it in there. Get to it. Coconut oil. Turn my large burner on. Woohoo! Not gonna put a lot in there, just enough. Get this thing heated up. Gonna bring our fish. And then we'll put our aromatics on there. We are going to saute our fish and our aromatics together. And that will be that. That will be the beginning of the deliciousness. It's a one-pot meal, so we don't have to run up a bunch of dishes. I am so happy about that because I do not like doing dishes. I don't like them. I don't like doing dishes. Move my oil around. Shouldn't take long for this to heat up. I can smell the coconut oil. Get my knife. Sorry, I have to keep going off camera with you. I'm just gonna keep this to the side. This is tea. And I need to put this rag over here. Shoo-be-doo-be-doo. Just waiting patiently. I'll rip up my scallop. Oil has heated up. I am going to go ahead and put the onions in. I'm gonna put my codfish in. We're gonna saute this. Fish does not take long to cook, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna take my ginger, put that in there. I'm gonna get my habanero, put that in there. Time to bring the big boys out. I brought my tray over here with the okra, the thyme, and the Swiss chard. I'm gonna chop those up. Just make sure I keep on moving this thing around every now and then. Okay. One more piece of okra to cover. Gonna put the okra in. My carrot in. I cut my carrot into pieces. I'm just gonna cut it into squares without getting it all over the floor. And it's just one little carrot I cut up. Keep on getting it on the stove and not in the pot. And I'll put my bell pepper in. Need to get this thing done. Let me swivel it around. Turn it down. Just a little bit of water in there because it was starting to get too dry in there for my liking. So we cut this thing up and get these seeds out of here, if there are any. Put my garlic in there. Put that in there. Here we are. Here goes the butternut right there. Butternut right there. Into the pot. Mix it up. In goes the coconut milk. Make sure you shake it. I found my can opener. Put the coconut milk, the green onion, and the thyme. They can all go in at the same time. Turn your flame on medium-low. And then clean up your mess. Okay, I'm gonna chop up my Swiss chard and then we'll add our seasoning. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take some pimentos and we're gonna put about a tablespoon of allspice in there. And we need to chop up these greens. And this is Swiss chard. This is not normal. People put different greens in there, but this is what I had growing in the yard. So this is what I'm using. And I'm just gonna chop them up real fine. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here like that, just like that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Wash my hands off. Add some black pepper. Let me get a spoon for this turmeric. Add about a teaspoon. Where's my teaspoon? Teaspoon of turmeric, and that's liberal. A liberal teaspoon. Gonna mix all that in. We don't want the turmeric to overpower the dish. You just want it to turn the rice yellow. Put that to the side. We've done all of our seasoning. I might put some adobo. Nah, I got cock seasoning here. So we got cock soup here, right? Grace cock soup. We have to strain this thing and make sure we don't get no noodles in there. Let me take this off the stove. That is dangerous. So I have a little strainer here. I don't have to sift this thing through. Oh, I'm just gonna pick the seasoning out and leave the noodles. I don't want any noodles. Push the noodle to the side because the strainer is too fine for this one. So I'm just taking the gray seasoning out and leaving the noodles as much as possible. I picked out as much of the seasoning as possible from these noodles because I do not want the noodles. It'll make everything look mushy. Just want the seasoning. I have to get a bigger strainer. This strainer is too fine. Okay, that's good enough. Let me put that back. For a rainy day. Mix that in. Doesn't that look good? That looks good, doesn't it? We don't even get to the rice part yet. Taste test time. So we're gonna mix this up a little bit. I know I'm gonna have to put some salt. I just know. Yep, need salt. About a teaspoon of salt I put in there. And because I have some flavor rice, I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Mix it up. I think I got it. I think that's it. Let me taste again, because sometimes I don't put enough salt in food. Put a little bit more salt in there. There we go. Yeah, put a teaspoon more because I have the rice. Okay, we got 3 cups of rice here that we're going to put into this dish. I've already washed the rice. So we're going to slowly slide it on in there. Now, because I washed this rice, there's already moisture in there. And remember, we put a 16-ounce can of coconut milk in there, plus the vegetables. The vegetables have moisture in it, right? So I have 3 cups of rice, and all I want is 4 cups of water. And this is 5, so I gotta dump some out. There we are. It's about 4 cups of water. I'm gonna turn this thing all the way up on high. Mix it in. We have 1 Scotch bonnet here that I didn't use to wash it off. I'm gonna stick that on top. Do not burst it. Leave it there. 1 more taste test before I bring this thing to a boil. Needs more salt. Okay, gonna turn this thing on high, and I'll bring you back when now that it has bubbled and it's gotten down quite a bit. It's been cooking for about 5 minutes like this, and I boiled down a lot of the water. I'm gonna cover it for 10 minutes. All right, y'all, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Timer off. I gotta figure out how to work the equipment. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-see. I know it's pretty. I know it's pretty. It's gotta be pretty. There we are. Seasoned rice, the Jamaica way. Now, hopefully, I know it tastes good because I made it. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that dish is. Mix it up. The rice is not stuck together. It's nice and loose. Perfect. Perfect rice. I do not like sticky rice unless it's supposed to be sticky rice, and this is not supposed to be sticky. So look at that. Look at that moving around. It's so smooth. I'm gonna take the thyme out. Let me put that in the frying pan. Anytime I find, because nobody wants to eat that, pull that out. I think I got it all. There's another piece. Pull the thyme out, put it in a separate pan. Make sure you get it all out, and turn your fire off for goodness sakes. There's another piece of thyme. Make sure get it all out. And where is that Scotch bonnet? I gotta find that thing too. It's another piece of time right there. I gotta find that Scotch bonnet. Where'd I put it? Oh no. Gotta find it. That's not it. That's a piece of pumpkin. There it is. Pull this bad boy out. See that? See that devil right there? You don't want nobody to eat that. All right. Let's plate. It's gonna be delicious. This is No Meat Mondays, right? Let's get to it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. All right. This is gonna be good. Oh my God! It's got the coconut milk. It's got everything I like in it. Let's see. That is good. Oh my goodness. Super yummy. That's the only word I can come up with. It's really good. And I get my fish. Fish is not considered a meat. So you can have fish on No Meat Mondays. I can taste the fish. I can taste a little bit of the Swiss chard. I don't taste any carrots, so. It's got a little bit of heat on it, but it's not overwhelming. It's salted to perfection. This dish is good. This is good. And I don't know how long we're gonna have it because that's a big old pot. As you know, rice doubles in size. So everybody can have a healthy portion, or you can eat Meatless Monday for the rest of the week, or you can take it as a side. This rice, this might be better than rice and peas. This rice is good. Jollof don't stand a chance. I've made jollof. Jollof, I'm sorry. I might be biased because I'm West Indian, but jollof does not stand a, they're not even in the same race. Jollof does not taste, jollof is a 1 and this is a 9 or a 10. If you can make this dish, you may not have all the ingredients that I have, substitute. Make sure you use some carrots, or you use some winter squash, which is butternut squash. If you follow this recipe, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. I mean, unless you just don't like habanero, and then, or you don't like Scotch bonnet, then just don't put the hot heat in it. But this is really good. Did I say it was good? Anyway, this is Jamerica 5288, and this is my version of seasoned rice. Beautiful, beautiful, and I just want you to know that's my favorite dish. I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Remember to take care of yourself, okay? Meatless Mondays is part of it. Take care of your body. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.